This year, I'm committed to not just reading more books, but to reading specifically more classic books. I feel like a lot of the typical books that people read in high school, I never ended up reading. Now I'm doing it as an adult, which is probably for the best because I can actually understand and appreciate it better with a fully formed frontal lobe. Here are a handful of the classic books that I'm committing to reading in 2026. First off, I loved Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, so of course this had to be one of my top reads for the year. His movie and this book in general just inspired me to read more classics because I love the movie so much. Maybe that's a controversial take, but I loved it. I really enjoyed the book. I want to dive deeper into this book later in the year, hopefully. But I'm like, where has this book been all my life? My little goth emo heart just absolutely loved it. Sticking with the goth emo movie themes, I'm reading Wuthering Heights, which I have started already. I'm trying to finish it before the movie comes out. Don't know if that's actually going to happen or not because this is already proving to be quite a difficult read. I'm not too far in. I'm hoping it gets a little bit easier. I really want to finish this before the movie comes out, so we'll see how that goes. This next one too, a lot of book talkers always recommend it, and that is The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison. I started reading the intro to this book when I was at the library, and it immediately hooked me, so I knew I had to pick it up. I don't know when I'm gonna get around to actually reading it. I might have to renew it a couple times from the library, but I do want to read this at some point this year. And this next one just feels very appropriate for 2026, and that is 1984 by George Orwell. I read Animal Farm at the end of last year. I'm excited to read this, if that's the correct word to use in this situation. And these next ones, it's more about reading this author in general, and that is Jane Austen. I have Persuasion, and I have Emma as well. I've never read any Jane Austen. My husband loves Jane Austen. He showed me the Pride and Prejudice movie recently. I feel like I have to get on the Jane Austen hype train and see what it's all about, so. And last but not least, another book that a lot of book talkers say is a masterpiece, and that is East of Eden by John Steinbeck. I did read Of Mice and Men in high school, and I read The Pearl a little over a year ago, but so many people agree that this is basically his best work, his masterpiece, his magnum opus, so I feel like I have to commit to reading this at some point, this big beast. Let me know if you're committing to reading any of these classics.